In this lesson, we'll discuss how to use Le Châtelier's principle. Question 1 reads, methanol, CH3OH, is finding use as a fuel additive. Describe the effect of each of the following changes on the equilibrium mixture for the following reaction. I think what we're missing here is an arrow, and it's actually going in both directions. Part A asks, what happens if we add more CO2? CO2 is found in the products side of this chemical reaction. And if you add more CO2, and since this is going in both directions, it will actually push the reaction to go to the left, because now you have more product than reactants. So expect it to shift to the left. What if we increase the concentration of O2? O2 is found on the left side, the reactant side. So adding more O2 will cause more collisions to occur over here, pushing the reaction to the right. Increasing the volume of the container. When we increase the volume of the container, the equilibrium will shift in the direction where there are greater number of moles of gas. And let's take a look. We have 6 moles here in total, and we have 5 here. Because 6 is greater than 5, it will go towards the right side of this equation. So we'll shift to the right. When temperature increases for an exothermic reaction, the equilibrium shifts in the direction of the reactants to remove the heat. This is an exothermic reaction because notice that energy is being released on the products end of this chemical equation. So as mentioned, the equilibrium will shift in the direction of the reactants to remove that heat. So we'll move to the left. And finally, adding a catalyst. A catalyst is a substance that will lower the activation energy for a reaction. And when a catalyst is added here, there will be no change in the equilibrium mixture. Just to add to that idea, this is because a catalyst speeds up the forward and back reaction at the same extent. And because this is already at equilibrium the way it is, it won't change the fact that it's moving in the same direction at equal rates as it is right now. In addition, catalysts are only used to initiate a reaction. And once they become equal on both sides of the chemical equation, then it's no longer needed. Let's move on to question number 2. Describe the effect of each of the following changes on equilibrium mixture for the following reaction. Once again, we're missing the backwards and forward arrow. Adding more chlorine. If we add more chlorine, it will shift to the right. So the equilibrium will shift in the direction of the products. Decreasing the volume of the container. When that happens, we have to look at the moles of gases on both sides. And notice that we have 3 moles here and 3 here. So it's not going to change anything. No effect. And lastly, increasing the temperature. If you increase the temperature for an endothermic reaction, the equilibrium shifts to remove the heat. So expect it to move to the right. Notice that the energy is on the reactant side right now, and unlike in the previous example where it was on the right side, it will shift in the opposite direction, so we are going to the right. And there you have it. That is how to use Le Châtelier's principle.